set to go. Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go to wrap up this Sunday of action. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Into a sea of defenders have intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy because essentially now you have an extra running back there. So if he keeps it, you've got a problem. If he hands it inside, you're probably not ready for it because you have all your focus back on number 1.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Ertz has it left side. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because
and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now Murray. Man open left side is Brown. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my goodness.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had dad's quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point good by Prater. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. On the return, Williams. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Off the play fake. Ryder. They'll roll him out. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And some room to run now. For a running back, that's kind of depressing, right? You get all that yardage, but still no first down.
Well, it was a mile, maybe a mile and a half to the first down mark.
Yeah.
So he did all he could to get there. A little disappointing at the end, but boy, they gave it a great effort, didn't they? You gotta give him a little respect for that, don't you?
And he really helped his yards per carry average, that's for sure.
Yeah, quietly, he'll take that.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here, game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Ryder. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football. Knowing full well, he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 2nd quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Patterson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a give, right side. It's Patterson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Back to throw. Ryder. Flushed out right. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Murray. They go screen. This is Ingram. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Running out of the gun here, Breida. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now Murray off play action. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt.
Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A shotgun handoff to Patterson, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryder. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball through, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the deep? defense forcing that incompletion.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Play fake. Murray. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on.
And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. On play action, it's Murray. On the move to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that's caught inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run from the pistol with Ingram. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Running right on the option is Murray. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Matt Breida in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cards are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Prater for the... 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Williams to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Once more, they turn to Patterson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, but another touchdown was scored there. Now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one? You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 59 yards on the ground for him so far.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed him off with that run.
And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he's got room. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
finding some room at midfield. 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Cardinals. Point away from tying this game. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point good by Prater. And that will tie our game here in the third. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Demir Bird returning it. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short. Play action. Ryder rolling to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Off the play fake. Ryder toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Falcons have broken our tie.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even silly funny lines, but the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 27th, Murray sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And a broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
And for the Arizona touchdown. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Williams now on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, Ryder. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Ryder. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 36.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Ryder.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
He'll buy some time right, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Operating from the gun, Ryder. And they'll get this down to the 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. Off play action. Ryder. Caught on a slant. Touchdown Falcons. Kyle Pitts, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This is TJ Logan to return it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Flush to his right. And he he's left with no option here but to throw it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw. Murray. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. They run again with Breida. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. This will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. On the run is Counter. And he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Counter. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie
and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
With it on the return is Logan. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw of overtime for Murray. He'll dump this down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time, and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the West.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 118 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
On 2nd and 9, Murray rolling to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds. A sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown, and the game points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Arizona, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.